doctor.
We're in the digital age, and most parents will tell you that it feels like their children are always one step ahead. Technology is changing the way that kids learn, play, and socialize, presenting new challenges for parents every day.
It's an information-rich world. It's a media-saturated world. It's a world where our kids are literally connected to the digital skin of the world, and they don't know any different. They are the digital natives, and we, the parents, are the digital immigrants. We're the ones who are scared of it. We're paralyzed by it. We cannot see a lot of the media that our kids are using. For example, social media, the internet, etc. It's invisible, and so we feel quite out of control. For our children, it is a plug-and-play world. If they can plug in any device to the internet, they can participate, and nobody stands between them and the information that they seek anymore. And as parents, we will never, ever keep up with the prevailing technology.
Though technology has many positive spin-offs, research has shown that kids who are exposed to too much media are prone to obesity, impatience, and poorer school results.
So today's children are exposed to so many different media. How are your children interacting with the digital skin of the world?
Well, my 3 children are so different. The oldest is a girl, and when she relaxes at home, she just wants to veg in front of the TV.
Isn't that how we relax? We watch TV so that we can take a break at the end of a hard day. And TV actually changes the brainwave frequency ratios.
She gets that blank look on her face that she just, sits.
Technology is really neutral. It's not positive or negative, but it's how our children use it and how much they use it that will determine whether it's good or whether it's bad for them. So how do your children respond to the media that they're using?
Keegan, my younger one, is notorious for getting aggressive after watching Ben 10 or anything that Spider-Man, or he can actually take all the violence out of any movie.
Yes, we don't realize how much violence our children are actually exposed to. It's in the region of 40,000 murders every year. That has to have some impact somewhere. And so we need to be very aware of what they're being exposed to. A good place to start would be to keep a media diary. Do it for either one of your children or all of your children just for 1 week to establish just how much time they are spending on screen. And this means total on-screen time. So if it's 10 minutes on your cell phone in the car, you must add that to their TV time, to their computer time, their gaming time, etc.
Great idea.
There's a very, very big difference in the way that we're communicating today to the way we used to. And now we're moving away from this top-down command and control type communication to many. It's become social. It's a little bit like mothers who share information in the school car park. It's word of mouth, it's viral, it's wildfire marketing, but it's on steroids. Our kids are in the center of it all, and they know and understand exactly what's going on. This doesn't, however, mean that they are discerning and responsible users of media. And that's one of the very important roles that parents today have, is to teach their children how to make wise choices. There are a couple of basic rules that we need to instill in our children when it comes to connecting with each other across social media. And those include basic things like, if you have an internet-linked computer in your home, make sure it's in a public space. Please ensure that your children don't put too much information on their profiles, especially when it comes to things like where they live, cell phone numbers, things that can enable other people to track them down and trace them. And it's important that children understand that from the first time that they open a Facebook profile, for example, they are starting up their digital footprint. This is the beginning of their digital reputation. What will my best friend's dad think if he sees this picture? And then there are 2 other things that we need to remember. You must have filters on your computer to try and filter out as much inappropriate content as possible. And there's another way that you can check on what your kids are doing, and there is a fine line between spying and concern. But if they change their browsing history, then you know that something's up and it's time for a good chat. In most instances, as your children grow into their teenage years, the times when they're going to need protection are times when you probably won't be there. Times when they are sleeping out at a friend, when they're out at a party, when they're off on a school tour. These are perhaps times when they're going to have to make very conscious decisions, choices around what they will and will not participate in. And I have a mantra that I share with my children that people find very, very useful. And it's got to be short. Remember, they're used to 140 characters on a screen. You only have one mind, and you can never erase anything that your mind has seen. You have one body. You only have one body. You can never replace it. Best you look after it. And you have one reputation. And once you make a mistake on that reputation, the web never forgets.
You can't afford to exclude your child from the digital age, so it's essential that parents play an interactive role as their children embrace life in cyberspace.
I want to live the best life.